Okay, we probably better get rolling. We've got your papers handed back, so now if you, and you're going to know the answer to this, probably the most important, or the biggest topic that we would have spent time on with this chapter is what possibly? What are your classes? Okay, no, that's the phylum. Yeah, so those are your classes. So you're going to want to be able to differentiate between them. So something along the lines of describe the difference between the three classes of cnidarians. Okay, so then first of all, what are the classes? Okay, what was the second one you said? And then so those are our three classes. That's right. So then, do they have characteristics that are in common, or are they just, there's reasons that they're in different classes. So since they're in the same phylum, they're going to have characteristics in common, but yet they don't all belong in the same class because there's just enough differentiation between them that that's why they are in different, again, different classes. And probably the simplest and quickest way to describe that is when we look at hooved mammals. Okay, what type of mammals have hooves? Zebras, horses, cattle, and deer. So when you look at those, why are deer and zebras not in the same class? Okay, so it has to deal with their hooves that places them in different classes. Okay, so the same thing we could apply towards this. So then, first of all, what is a hydrozoan? Not many of them are found in fresh water. Okay, so in this case, a hydrozoan, first of all, what might be a sedentary lifestyle where it's not moving? Well, that's what it means, though. But what's the name of the animal, though? Yeah. Okay. So hydrozoans, okay, are animals that begin as a sessile life form. But they don't stay sessile. There's a specific process that I know that you know because I just evaluated you on that, on your vocabulary. So how's this different that if they begin as a sessile life form, how's that going to change? Okay, animals begin as a sessile life form, then these animals go through, as you correctly said, dimorphism. A little better. So once they go through dimorphism, what's actually happening? Are they sessile anymore? No, they're free swimming. Almost put two W's there. Okay, so then if this is a characteristic that keeps them separated from these two classes, there must be a reason that they're in this phylum. What would that be? Okay. Now, to really establish this, when it's in a sedentary lifestyle or not moving, okay, here is whether it's the ocean floor or a type of object that they're attached to. How would you guess that their tentacles are oriented? Why would that be right? So if this is your animal here, yeah. So the tentacles are oriented up. Do they stay that way though? No, because once they go through dimorphism, what's going to happen? Right, because they're going to go from this type of life form to that, which I think there's a bunch of little lines here with Medusa. And they still have a velum in here, this shape-like object that's inside of that cavity. So then, free-swimming animals, their tentacles are pointed up and then down. Because once they become a free-swimming Medusa, then they are pointed down. What about this class of cnidarians? First of all, who are they? Oh, which we should establish this Hydra and then a Medusa. Okay. So then, who are our anthozoans? Sea anemones. Okay. And what is it? How do they resemble these anthozoans? They do have a characteristics in common. Okay, so our sessile, do they change from that? Okay. So what's true about their tentacles then? Yeah, they're pointed up. It's a Monday. Some of the writing I have here isn't very good. I don't know, sometimes if you're writing something, I don't like the way that looks. Do you ever erase it and start over? Yeah, I do that too from time to time. So then, if they're pointed up, what might be, even though the tentacles are pointed up in perhaps this sea anemone, what might still be a physical difference between that and a hydra? And it was very evident in the drawings that you did, especially when you look at what you drew as opposed to what we drew here. What might be different with anthozoans when we're talking about proportions? Yeah, much bigger, okay? And are larger than hydras, okay? Because what you had done was and that would be correct too, okay? Much larger, where they have their gastrovascular cavity in here, and some of their pedal structures there. Remember that here, and down on the bottom as well. Okay, then finally, the scyphozoans. What about them? Okay. Okay, so since they're free swimming, who would they resemble from the anthozoans? Yeah, okay, are free swimming, but how are these different than the Medusa, though? What are they called? Say it again. Right, so that's what they are, but what's an example of a scyphozoan? Yep, there we go. Our free swimming jellyfish like you correctly pointed out, okay, jellyfish are born free swimming. And therefore resemble the medusa. Okay, that is all I have. Bonus questions?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I'm going to hit pause for just a moment then. Context. Okay, so in case there's a little bit of a glare, it says, what does agriculture have to do with Moline, Illinois? It is blank. And then on the Big Bang Theory, what is Amy's field of science? It is blank. And of course, bottom line there. Okay, that's all I have. We'll catch up to you next time.